Okay, so we have a curve and a straight line, and we want to find the area between them and set it up with an integral and then calculate it. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to basically do a bunch of, we're going to take the top function minus the bottom function. Let's change the color for clarity. So we're going to the integral of the top minus the bottom. Okay, so the one on the top, that's this, and how do I know? Because that one's curved. 5 minus x squared, it's a negative x squared, it's a parabola going down. And the other one, I might just keep it with the same color there. And then the other one is y equals 2x plus 2, because it's a straight line, right? X is to the first power. It's not squared. So that's a straight line. So there we go. That's the bottom one. So top minus bottom. So we'll take the top. This will be the 5 minus x squared. Here I'll go top. So we can do that. Minus the bottom. What's the bottom? 2x plus 2. Top minus bottom. So what do we got? We got 5 minus x squared. Distribute that minus 2x minus 2. So that'd be what? Minus x squared minus 2x. 5 take away 2 is plus 3. They put the 3 in the front. Yeah, I could put the 3 in the front. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll just go 5 take away 2 is 3. 3 minus 2x minus x squared. They change the order a little bit, but there it is. That's top minus bottom. That's how we always find the area between two curves. Top minus bottom. So I just did that, top minus bottom. Now, how do they find these two intersection points? That's the other thing. We'd have to find out where they are. So to find the intersection points, you've got to set the curves equal to each other. You take that one right here. So 5 minus x squared equal to the other one, to x plus. You got to find out where they're equal, where they intersect, where these 2 points of intersection are. So how do we solve that equation? Well, um, I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. My game plan is to get the x squared, get a 0, and I'll show you 2x minus 3. Then I'm just going to jump this guy here to the, oh, in fact, I'll just move him right there. So that'll be 0 is plus x squared plus 2x minus 3. So whenever you have an x squared, the game plan is to get a 0. And now you can do the quadratic formula or you can factor. It doesn't matter. It'll work either way. So I'll show maybe the quadratic formula. I know a lot of people like that. So that'll be a to b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. A here is plus 1. B is 2. C is negative 3. So then that will become negative b. So negative 2 plus 1 square root of b squared, 2 squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. So then that becomes negative 2 plus or minus squared. You can type it into Desmos at this point, or I'll just do it by hand. 4 plus 12 over 2. So it's negative 2 plus or minus square root of 16 all over 2. It's negative 2 plus or minus 4 all over 2. So it's negative 2 plus 4 over 2 and negative 2 minus 4 over 2. So that's 2 over 2 or 1. This is negative 6 over 2 or negative 3. So 1 and negative 3. The other thing you could have done is you could have just factored. You could have said, look, I'm just going to factor this thing right here. And I'm just going to factor equal to 0. And you could say, what multiplies to be negative 3? So it's going to be plus 3 minus 1, because that makes plus 2 in the middle. And then set each one to 0 separately. This is the other way you could solve it and then move that over. So it's plus 3. So that'd be minus 3 plus 1. Same two answers in the end. Minus 3 plus 1. So those are the two places of intersection, minus 3 and plus 1. This must be at minus 3, and this must be at plus 1. So whenever we have an x squared equation, we get a 0 on one side, then we can do the quadratic formula, or you can factor, but you got to get x alone. Either way, you get the two places where it intersects. So we need to find the area of this blue region. We're going to need to integrate from negative 3 to positive 1 of the top minus the bottom. And so we did the top minus the bottom, got that. So now let's actually carry it out. So now after all that, it's time to do the integral. So I'm going to go from negative 3 to positive 1 of, let me get rid of this, I can see this, 3 minus 2x minus x squared dx. So how do we do an integral? It's an antiderivative. Oops. I'm going to go anti. That'd be 3x anti. That'd be, it's the first part, so add 1 divided by 2. Anti, this will be add 1, third power, and put a 1/3 in the front. Okay. And we're going to evaluate that between negative 3 and positive 1. So what does that mean? So that means coming on down here, I'm going to apply negative 3 into that. Or sorry, positive 1. Start with the top. Let me just change the color for clarity. Start with the top. Boom, boom, boom. 3 times 1 minus, oh, this is just going to be 1, so cancels 1 squared minus 1/3 times 1 cubed, and then minus. And then we'll do another one. We're going to take that minus 3 and go boom, boom, boom. Minus 3 minus 3 squared minus 1/3 times minus 3 cubed. So there we go. So you can go to Desmos if you want. This one's, let me see, I'm going to do it. 3 minus 1 is 2. Yeah, maybe I will do this, but this is going to be 2 minus a third minus, this will be minus 9 minus, this is positive 9, but that minus sign comes down. Yeah, never. I'm just gonna type this in Desmos. This gets kind of messy. Okay, so 2 minus a third. Here we go. 2 minus a third. Desmos to the rescue. 2 minus a third. So the first parenthesis, 2 minus a third. Minus parenthesis. 2 minus a third. So 2 minus a third minus, and then this minus 9. I'm gonna go 3 times minus 3 minus minus 3 squared. 3 times minus 3 minus. And then I'll go parenthesis minus 3, whoops, minus 3 squared. 3 times minus 3, and then minus 3 squared, minus a third times minus 3 cubed. Minus a third times minus 3. And you do have to put parentheses around those negative items. That matters that you parenthesize those. There we go. 10 point, bunch of sixes. 10 point, a bunch of sixes. Was that the answer? Oh, they said 32 thirds. Is that the same thing? The decimals have a fraction, but click it right there, 32 thirds. Beautiful. Either the decimal or the fraction. We got it. Just type it into Desmos. And so there we go.